bisa memutar waktu. Aku tak ingin mengenalmu. Mengapa ada pertemuan itu yang membuat aku mencintaimu? Bagaimana kalau aku tidak baik-baik saja, terus mengingatmu, memikirkanmu, semua tentang dirimu. Bagaimana kalau aku tidak baik-baik saja, tak seperti kamu yang mampu tanpaku. Bagaimana? Mungkin kini kau bersama yang lain, walau hatimu untukku. Adakah kesempatan untuk cintaku bahagia walau kita berbeda? Mungkin kamu bukan untukku, tapi kau selalu di hatiku. Bagaimana kalau aku tidak baik-baik saja, terus mengingatmu, memikirkanmu, semua tentang dirimu. Bagaimana kalau aku tidak baik-baik saja, tak seperti kamu yang mampu tanpaku. Tak seperti kamu.
Sudah di kepala dua, harus mulai dari mana? Ambisiku bergejolak, antusias tak karuan, banyak mimpi-mimpi yang kan ku kejar. Lika-liku perjalanan, ku terjebak sendirian. Tumbuh dari kebaikan, bangkit dari kesalahan, berusaha pendamkan kenyataan bahwa takut tambah dewasa, takut aku kecewa. Takut tak sekuat
Good morning to the Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and all the participants. Welcome to the second day of International Online Short Course with the title The Harmonizing Kegaluhan to Sustainable Edutourism Global Market. Today's agenda will be first, academic class by invited speaker. Second, the virtual benchmarking. Third, Sundanese arrival. And at the end of this agenda, there will be a student task. As a reminder, the username in this Zoom should be your name, underscore nationality, and kindly open the camera in the whole agenda. Well, dear participants and all, now we're continuing to the main agenda for academic classes by invited speaker with the title Educational Perspective Driven Kegaluhan and its relevance on sustainable edutourism.
Sampurasun. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of International Online Short Course entitled Harmonizing Kegaluhan to Sustainable Edutourism Global Market. My name is Ratu Eka Syaira, and I will be your moderator that will accompany you throughout this session. I hope everyone who participated in this session are doing well. Before we begin, I would like to introduce you our today's speaker. Please kindly allow me to read her CV first. Our today's speaker is Ibu Yeni Wijayanti, SS MHum MPD. She is one of the history education lecturer in the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education on History Education Department, Universitas Galuh. She graduated her bachelor degree in Universitas Padjadjaran and her master degree in History Science at Universitas Indonesia. She is now pursuing her doctoral degree in Universitas 11 Maret. She also got some achievements for the past 3 years, such as certification as the expert on cultural conservation, certification as the museum guide, and the expert of Ciamis cultural conservation. And special for today, she will be presenting the topic about educational perspective on Kegaluhan, sustainable edutourism. Kegaluhan explained everything about Galuh, started from the meanings and also the function. Kegaluhan also has a deep connection with sustainable edutourism. Therefore, Ibu Yeni Wijayanti would like to present about this important topic. But before the presentations begins, let me inform you how the panel rule will be going on. Number 1, make sure that you set your account name with your full name and country. For example, Ratu Eka Syaira _Indonesia. Number 2, turn your camera on during the session. Number 3, microphone is not allowed during the session. Number 4, the speaker will give the presentation for 90 minutes, 10 minutes in addition if it is necessary. Number 5, you can drop your questions in the chat box with the format full name and country after the speaker presents her presentation. We would like to have 3 questions from the participants. The speaker will answer after all the questions are collected. Number 6, set your virtual background. Number 7, fill out virtual attendance participation. Number 8, there will be a student task or student activity. You can submit it in the link that we will give on the Telegram group. Number 9, there will be a reward for active participant in this session. So, without any further ado, I would like to welcome our presenter to start the presentation. To Ibu Yeni Wijayanti, the time is yours.
Miss Ratu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you today? I hope you are healthy and happy. I'd like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you all. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Yeni Jayanti from Department of History Education. I'd like to talk you about education perception on Kegaluhan and sustainable edutourism. First, I will explain to you about Galuh and Kegaluhan. Then I will explain the relationship between Kegaluhan values and edutourism. Now, let's see the origin of the word Galuh. What is Galuh? Galuh comes from the Sanskrit Galu, which means silver or jewel, to refer to the king's daughter, who is receiving and is not married. In the Japanese dictionary, Galuh is defined as daughter of nobles and goddess. Galuh, according to Kawi Balinese Netherlands Modern Book, is defined as princess, diamond, and the name of the kingdom in the land of Java in ancient time. West Javanese people call Galuh or Kor. From this understanding arises a shift in the core word to conscience Gali as the essence of human being. According van der Meulen, the word Galuh comes from the word Sakalo, which means from the river of origin. And in the Banyumas dialect, it becomes Sagaluh or Segaluh. Yeah. Galuh as a sign for the king's princess in all literature. Galuh is defined as Ratna or diamond, princess or king's daughter. Galuh is defined as princess. Galuh name is found in the Panji story, namely the name of the daughter of the Kediri kingdom, named Galuh Chandra Kirana or Dewi Sekartaji. The Panji story revolves around Raden Panji Inu Kertapati and Galuh Chandra Kirana. Galuh is the name of kingdom. The name Galuh is mentioned in the Babat Tanah Jawi script as the country of Arya Banga. Arya Banga is the person who pit the cock with Ciwanara. The end of the cockfighting story is the division of the Galuh kingdom's territory into 2 parts. In the Serat Ajisaka, the name Galuh is referred to as the name of the country of the King Sindula. The name Galuh is also found in the Carita Parahyangan, where the king is Sanjaya. Sanjaya comes from Mataram. Ujung Galuh is the name of a place of exile by Jayakatwang. What is the meaning Kagaluhan? Let's see. Prabu Harukuning, a king of Galuh kingdom, create ilmu Kagaluhan Harukuning, which teachings about the philosophy of human life. In his teachings, it is stated that social life must be based on love. However, this is not enough, but also be combined by good character. It must be able to distinguish which is good and which is bad. A virtuous person, his name will be smiling. According to Soekarja, the word Galuh is related to the science of Kagaluhan, namely the science that teaches about the philosophy of human life. Galuh is interpreted as a gem, not a sparkling gem, but a gem of life, which is located in the middle of the heart. A term in Sundanese, Galuh, Galihna, Galih. The gem of life is honesty in life, in living life, which means that life must be honest in order to achieve perfection and avoid all miserable temptation. The sign of Kagaluhan leads human to achieve safety in physical and spiritual life. Okay. Education, according to Indonesian Government Decree number 20 of 2003, is a conscious and planned effort to create a learning atmosphere and learning process so that students actively develop their potential to have religious spiritual strength, self-control, personality, intelligence, noble character, and skill needed for themselves, society, and their nation. I mark it in bold. This signifies that education must produce those potential characters. As we know, education through learning is a process of knowledge transfer and values transfer. The process of transferring knowledge is of course marked by teacher conveying knowledge to student, while the transfer of value is marked by the teacher showing a good attitude to students. The Sangyang Siksa Kandang Kerasian manuscript is a didactic text containing moral, religious, and scientific teaching. For daily practical life, the opening containing 10 rules. Dasakarta and Dasa Parbakti, Hulun or people behavior, and complementary action or Panimuh Ningtuah. Let us discuss. Okay.
Alam, lingkungan, sosial, dan budaya. Ada filosofi, tebing bambuan kayuan, ya legok empangan, rata rumahan sawahan. Alam tidak boleh dirusak. Jangan bikin rumah di gunung, nanti kalau longsor, keurugan. Jangan bikin rumah dikubakan di tempat air, kebanjiran. Siapa yang salah kita juga kan. Tebing biar jangan digundulin, nanti longsor. Begitu mau masuk, mengucapkan 2 kalimat syahadat. Harus sah adat kita, bersih, suci, bersih, yakin di dia. Karena yang mau dikunjungi itu Ibu Rama, Ambu Rama Bima Raksa Kalijaga, yang ngajak ke seluruh umat ini. Jadi kita mau ke orang tua ke sana. Kalau tidak sopan, santun, ramah tamah, enggak diterima. ada lagi di sini yang ngejaga kelestarian hutan lindung itu kata pamali kan. Isinya kata pamali apa sih? Kan itu perilaku. Harus dipegang kata pamali karena sekarang diganti sudah hilang. Sudah hilang jati diri, ramah tamah sopan santun hilang pamali. Kata pamali itu apa sih? Kan perilaku kita. Pengen selamat dunia, selamat akhirat itu kata pamali di sini mencukup. Anak 5 tahun sudah tahu kata pamali. Apapun juga pamali tidak boleh dilanggar. Kesana kan banyak pantangan dan larangannya. Satu seragam hitam, polos tidak bisa. Perhiasan emas dibuka, alas kaki dibuka. Kan ini mau nanjak ke Masjid Agung, tak mungkin naik ke masjid pakai sendal.
Marak jama kam garam kabi marak sakali jaga nama jadi karena kita jerokan wakung kagucin masuci simkuring teh bade ngaluntur ke nya khusus nama itu.
Upacara yang dilaksanakan pada saat ini yaitu upacara adat nyuguh yang tiap tahun oleh masyarakat Kuta tetap dilaksanakan secara rutin tiap bulan Safar tanggal 25.
Kalau istilah umum memang dari sini seluruh masyarakat kesono bawa makanan jadi menghormat orang yang ditugaskan dari Pajajaran dulu ke batas. Jadi harus semua bawa ketupat makanan di sono gitu.
What do you think after watching the video?
Is anyone wants to answer? All the participants can raise their hand and open their microphone. What do you think after watching the previous video? Okay, Galuh Angling, you can turn on your microphone.
First of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Galuh Angling Bagaskara. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Sisipina Putra Banjar. So after watching the video watching this video, I feel a lot of things like about pamali, something that we cannot do in a certain place. Like we have to respect the traditional culture. In Kampung Kuta in Ciamis, we also learn about how we should respect the other people culture, how to not destroy the forest, how to live among the people in the traditional culture, such as Kampung Kuta in Indonesia and Ciamis. We also learn about certain things we cannot do, such as we cannot use a sandal if we come to the Kampung Kuta. We also learn about the thing that we cannot do, such as using a bad word. In the Kampung Kuta, we have to clean self and the body. We have to say the two shahadat before we entering the Kampung Kuta. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the answer. That is a very comprehensive answer.
Good answer. Who is Galuh? Galuh, Yeah, that's right. Pamali is the terminology from Sundanese language, which means taboo. This belief that concern a community that we do always impact in our life or family. That's why we need to keep doing the best. The people of the village of Kuta follow their customary rules so that order in society is maintained. No one dares to break taboos. Maybe another, okay. Education based on local wisdom Kagaluhan, which is still relevant today. Dasakerta and Dasa Perbakti. Kagaluhan values can be used as moral education for students and also the wider community. Let's see on the next slide. Dasakerta comes from the word dasa, which means 10, and kerta, which means welfare. Dasakerta is 10 rules for the human sense that must be used properly in order to achieve world welfare. If the human sense are not used for good things, they will get misery. The 10 sense are ears, eyes, skin, tongue, nose, mouth, hands, feet, anus, and genitals. Everything shall be used for good things. For example, ears shall be used to hear good things. No? Quiz. Who is the fastest and correct will get on a wallet? Okay.
Okay, so there will be a quiz. So for those who is the fastest and correct, will get a reward from the committee. So prepare yourself. So the quiz is, what is your opinion about the written content on the picture? Anyone can drop their answer in the chat box. Who is the fastest? She is the winner. Okay, let's go. Hurry up. Who is the fastest and get a correct answer? They will get a reward. Okay, let's go. Everyone can answer the questions, all right? Please type down your answers on the chat box and we will see your answer from here. Okay, so the question is, what is your opinion about the written content on the picture? Okay, so there is a picture here. For those who didn't understand the content of the picture, Okay, if anyone wants to answer again, you can drop your answer in the chat box. Okay, so there's a picture with the text Wilujeng Sumping di Kampung Kuta. Larangan leuweung kramat, jagalah kebersihan. Mohon melepas alas kaki. Dilarang membawa perhiasan dan tas. Dilarang meludah. Dilarang mengganggu hewan. Dan dilarang membawa sesuatu dari dalam hutan. So, Wilujeng Sumping means welcome. Di Kampung Kuta, welcome to Kampung Kuta. So, there are some prohibitions in the picture. The first one is you have to keep the place clean. And you have to take off your shoes or sandals. And then no jewelries and also bags. Don't spit. And then don't disturb the animals. And then also don't bring anything from the forest inside Kampung Kuta. I'm going to repeat the content of the picture. So, Wilujeng Sumping di Kampung Kuta means welcome to Kampung Kuta. There are some prohibitions. In leuweung kramat, the first one is keep the place clean. And then take off your shoes and also sandals. No jewelries and also bags. Don't spit. Don't disturb the animals. And then don't bring anything from the forest. What does it mean? So if anyone from the other country wants to answer, just drop your answer in the chat box. I'm counting down. 3, 2, 1. The answer is pamali or taboo. So we see some answer here. The fastest and also the correct who answered the question is M. Abil from Indonesia. Congratulations to M. Abil from Indonesia. You will get the reward from the committee, and please wait. We are kindly to contact you through the Telegram group. Thank you. Ibu Yani, you may continue the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations, Abil Raihan. Now we continue with Dasa Perbakti. Dasa Perbakti are 10 teaching about devotion. Children are devoted to their father. Wives are devoted to their husband. Servants are devoted to employers. Students are devoted to teacher. The farmer is devoted to wado or the foreman. The wado or foreman is devoted to the mantri. Mantri is devoted to Nunangganan. Nangganan is state official who are directly responsible to Mangkubumi. Nunangganan is devoted to Mangkubumi. Mangkubumi is devoted to the king. The king is devoted to the gods. Gods are devoted to Hyang. Okay, next slide. Now we see Gondang Buhun. The birth of Gondang art is inspirable from the way of processing food for agricultural communities which require tools to peel rice husks in traditional societies. To process rice into rice, that is by pounding it using a pestle and mortar. This tradition has become an activity in the traditional village of Kuta. Gondang Buhun is played by 6 to 10 women. In practice, adult women use the kebaya and sit in a holy state. Now we discuss again. Okay. What can you learn from the Gondang Buhun performance Kampung Kuta?
Okay, so what can you learn from Gondang Buhun? From the Gondang Buhun performance in Kampung Kuta? Is anyone want to answer? You can open your microphone, or you can raise your hands first, and then you can open your microphone, or just drop the answer on the chat box. Is anyone want to answer? What can you learn from the Gondang Buhun performance Kampung Kuta? If you can't open your microphone, just type down on the chat box and we will see your answer from here.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, there's an answer from
like to-
Christina Dewi, Indonesia. You can open your microphone and say your answer through the microphone.
Okay, it's kind of likely interesting, a very interesting show, what I watch from that culture like that. But honestly, it's not like an answer over here. I just wondering while exciting when I watch that video like that. Maybe it's some cooperation between each other like that. That's what I learned. But the things that I get a question from that show, what I know about doing that, like something like that, is like rice. We make it into rice like that. But in here, I wanna ask, is it become like a dance culture like that? We didn't put rice into that, so just we like become a traditional dancer like that. So before we doing that, because I heard that music is harmonizing like that, become a very good harmonizing like that with that dance, with that music like that, it become a good dance, it become a good show like that. So is it become a traditional dancer like that? So before we doing that, we cannot doing that, like it's a special, only special civil or only special person who can do that like that. So that's the question. Thank you.
Okay, that is a very good answer from Christina Dewi, Indonesia. Thank you so much. What about you? What do you think about the answer of Christina?
Yes, that's good answer. Yeah, I think you really appreciate the local traditional gitu. That's good.
Okay, so there is another person who wants to answer. Sharifa, you can open your mic. Or Wilma from Philippines, you can directly open your microphone or type down your answer first on the chat box. Okay, Wilma, you can open your microphone and say your arguments.
Okay, can I be heard now?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so the way I see the video, it's showing of how traditional they're doing their daily routines, and it shows a positive attitude of helping each other to accomplish something, which is very normal and very likable, no? So I think it is showing us today's generation how things can be done in the past that are now not so very present in today's generation. So I think it's a slideshow of how people live in the past and a comparison to today's generations are living now. That's all.
Thank you so much for the answer. That is a very, very good answer. Thank you so much. What do you think, Ibu Yeni, about the answer?
Agree with Wilma, yeah. Maybe it's enough mungkin. Okay, from the roots of the Gondang Buhun music, we can learn harmonization in life. That we live in harmony following the rules. Yes, Gondang Buhun is the best practice of what usually happened in Indonesia community, but special issue in Kampung Kuta. The philosophical issue of this tradition is to provide lesson learn how we harmonize among the members of community, society, neighborhood, and family. The cooperation, collaboration, and open-mindedness are crucial soft skills to be maintained for having great result. Okay. Sustainable tourism is the development of the concept of traveling that can have a long-lasting impact on the environment, social, culture, and economy for the present and the future for the local community and visiting tourists. Okay, discuss again.
Wilujeng Sumping di Kampung Adat Kuta Ciamis. Kampung adat ini memiliki keunikan tersendiri dalam bentuk rumah, tata cara kehidupan bermasyarakat, dan memiliki kawasan hutan lindung yang masih sangat terjaga. Terletak di Desa Karang Paninggal, Kecamatan Tambak Sari, Ciamis. Perkampungan ini menjadi destinasi wisata budaya yang masih mempertahankan adat tradisi para leluhur. Uniknya, bangunan rumah warga di kampung ini harus panggung berbentuk persegi, beratapkan ijuk, dan tidak boleh ditembok. Bukan tanpa alasan, tanahnya yang labil membuat rumah panggung ini dirancang agar tahan gempa, serta keberadaannya tidak merusak alam. Untuk memasak, warga di kampung ini masih menggunakan tungku dan kayu bakar, mengikuti tradisi leluhur. Selain itu, di kampung ini pun memiliki hutan lindung seluas 40 hektar yang dikeramatkan. Pengunjung pun hanya bisa memasuki kawasan hutan ini pada hari-hari tertentu dan tidak boleh menggunakan pakaian hitam, tidak mengenakan alas kaki, dan dilarang mengambil apapun dari hutan lindung. Sejumlah aturan ini dipatuhi masyarakat dan pengunjung demi menjaga alam dari kerusakan. Tak heran, Kampung Kuta ini meraih penghargaan lingkungan hidup Kalpataru atas jasanya melestarikan alam. Ki Warja, sesepuh Kampung Kuta, menyatakan warisan adat budaya ini merupakan amanah yang harus dijaga oleh seluruh warga kampung adat. Menjaga adat istiadat merupakan cara masyarakat dalam menghormati jasa leluhur.
Di sini ada filosofi yang tidak boleh mengganggu alam. ada kata-kata begini. Tebing bambuan kayuan, legok balongan, rata sawahan, ram rumahan. Itu kan filosofi yang bagus, tidak merusak alam. Tebing mah jangan ditebang kayu, malah tanim bambu kayu biar utuh, keluar mata air, jadi subur, nggak longsor. Tuh. Bikin empang mah cari aja yang dekok yang ada air. Tidak gunung boleh ditugar dibikin empang, rusak alam. Bikin sawah, rumah mah cari ada yang rata. Jangan nebuk pasir. Akhirnya alam kan rusak, itu kan? Itu sesuai dengan alam.
Tidak hanya melestarikan adat istiadat, Kampung Kuta memiliki kesenian buhun yang masih dipertahankan dan sudah diwariskan kepada 2 generasi, yaitu kesenian gondang buhun. Kesenian gondang buhun ini merupakan salah satu seni yang terancam punah. Cara menumbuk padi zaman dulu ini menjadi sebuah tontonan seni buhun yang langka dipertunjukkan di masyarakat Jawa Barat. Kesenian khas Kampung Kuta Ciamis ini mulai diwariskan kepada generasi muda agar keberadaannya tidak punah. Keramahan warga kampung adat Kuta, kesenian tradisional, dan keunikan kampung ini menjadi daya tarik wisata yang datang dari berbagai daerah di tanah air, bahkan mancanegara.
What do you think about tourist destination in Kampung Kuta?
So, if anyone wants to answer again, we are actually in the discussion session again. What do you think about tourist destinations in Kampung Kuta? For anyone who wants to answer, please kindly open your microphone or type down your answer in the chat box.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, Galuh wants to answer. You can please kindly open your microphone.
So, Kampung Kuta is actually not too far from my house. It's only like 15 kilometers from my house. So, I often go to Kampung Kuta. So, what I learned from the video is that we have to learn about the culture, about how to respect the traditional culture in Kampung Kuta. We also know about the philosophy of Pamali, why we shouldn't break the forest, why we should keep the forest clean, and why the house in Kampung Kuta is look like square, something like that. There's a philosophy behind everything, including the Kampung Kuta. And there's also a philosophy about the Pamali, why we should do something like wearing a sandal or wearing a jewelry, something like that. There's always a philosophy behind everything. Thank you.
That is a very good answer from Galuh. Thank you so much for your answer. What do you think about the answer, Ibu Yani?
That is good answer from Galuh.
Okay, so anyone wants to answer again? What do you think about tourist destinations in Kampung Kuta?
Moderator, I'd
Okay,
like to
Christina,
give
you
my
can
opinion.
kindly open your microphone and say your arguments.
Yeah, thank you very much for the time. I think my opinion is more likely like what Galuh said before, but in here that I wanna highlight in here is that Kampung Kuta has an amazing culture, has an amazing chance and opportunities to growth like that, to be known with to what other people like that to the world. But as we know, that Kampung Kuta wasn't really familiar in the tourism like that. So, as we know that Indonesia has a lot of uh, destinations like that, as well, Kampung Kuta as well like that. But in the world, the only thing that the society of the world knows is that Bali or ETC like that. And then in Indonesia too, Kampung Kota isn't known as a familiar as the other destination like that. So in here, in the technology era, in the 5.0, we are having internet, we are having social media, any platform in internet such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any other platform. I'm here to just uh, asking and a little bit pushing the younger people, especially in Indonesia, especially we are in here in Ciamis, to publish like that. To know first about that. Oh, we have a Kampung Kota in here in Ciamis. It's really have a good opportunities and chance like that. So in here we have the technologies. We can do a content or something like that. Make it more powerful. Make it more interesting to be consumed by other people, not only here in Indonesia, but in a international like that, because as we know that information has a good power in it. So this is the time, this is our chance to make it more publish about Kampung Kota. Thank you.
That's a very complete answer from Christina. That's impressive. Thank you so much, Christina from Indonesia. And we find some answers here in the chat box. The first one is from Daisy Lane Jing from Daisy Jane Ling, I'm sorry, from Philippines. She answered that the content is all about the prohibitions when entering Kampung Kuta. The content is mandatory and should be abided by all tourists. Okay, I invite Roslyn to open the microphone and you can say your answer through the microphone. Or is anyone wants to answer again? Roslyn? Okay, so we find the answer here from Princess Heli Binoya from Philippines. It's about respecting the culture by respecting the people and the place itself by watching the video. I know that it is highly educational and interesting, but I wish there were subtitles for us who don't understand the language so that we can share the ideas more. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for your suggestion, Princess. And then Roslyn, you want to answer through the microphone? Please open your microphone. Roslyn, I'm sorry, you're not audible. Would you please unmute your microphone?
Am I audible? Good morning.
Good morning, Roslyn.
Hello, I am Roslyn Gumara from STI West University, Philippines. Actually, I do not understand the whole content, but based on what I have perceived or my interpretation, I can see the dedication, and I would like also to highlight the culture and diversity in that video because for me, it highlights cultural diversity that we should always respect because cultural diversity for me does not separate each one of us. Instead, cultural diversity brings a collective strength that can benefit all humanity. So wherever we go, we should always respect each other. So I think that's all.
Okay, that's a very, very good answer. Thank you, Roslyn. Is anyone wants to answer the question again? You can open your microphone. Aditya Suherman from Indonesia. Maybe you can open your microphone and say your answer.
Thank you for the time. Before I begin, my name is Aditya Sherman from STK IPB Sunan Cimahi. Honestly, this is my first time now that I know the Kampung Kuta Bali. This is my first time, but actually, when I see the video, I think this Kampung Kuta Bali has a great potential to make the tourist interest in this in their culture, such as a wooden house, and also the family or local rules, it 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 may interest the tourists. I think that's all for me.
Okay, that is a very good answer from Aditya. Thank you so much, Aditya, for your arguments. So, what do you think about all the answers, Ibu Yani?
Very, very good answer, and they give opinion and comprehensive. Okay. Yes, actually, sustainable education concerned on also the pillar sustainable development goals or SDGs, which this case surely implemented it. The example of the video from Kampung Kota societies, how they go through their lives, starting from the getting up to the sleeping time. Then also, the home building is still doing the local wisdom of avoiding the brick and using the wood to preserve their forest alive, for having it lost lasting. The Kampung Kota, especially for running their tradition, government also awarded the village or community Kalpataru. Do you know Kalpataru, Rata?
I think Kalpataru is the award that was given by the government for those who are doing their best on the environmental conservation. Am I right?
That's right. Okay.
Thank you.
Kampung Kota has pillar of sustainable tourism, namely environmental, cultural, social, and economic. Social pillars in sustainable management are characterized by local community involvement to manage tourist destination. For example, the community as administrator or others. Economic pillars must show that tourist destination can increase local communities' income. The pillars of sustainable culture must characterize the preservation of the cultural existence of the local community for future generation. The pillar of environmental sustainability are marked by the preservation of the natural surrounding, not extinct, so that it can be utilized by future generation. Okay, the concept of edutourism is associated with the involvement of educational institutions in tourism activities. On the other hand, tourist destinations such as Kampung Kota can be used as edutourism because we take a lot of wisdom in the field of education. Tradition and norms that are firmly held by the community become an important part in the sustainability of edutourism. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that is the whole presentations from Ibu Yeni. That is a very, very amazing presentations that you gave. I hope we can learn anything and everything from that presentations. So thank you very much for Ibu Yeni Wijayanti for the amazing presentations. It is such an informative and interesting materials, of course. And all right, now we are moving to the Q&A session. In this session, we will be having some questions from the chat box. For the beginning, we will collect 3 questions from the participants and our speaker will answer all the questions. Is anyone wants to raise their hands or drop the questions on the chat box? Okay, I see Wita from Indonesia wants to ask something relating to these materials. Please kindly open your microphone and ask your questions.
Thank you for the time. My name is Vita from Indonesia. My question is, if the government do not take care enough about the potential culture tourism. What should we do about that? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much for the question, Wita. I would like to translate it for Ibu Yeni Wijayanti. So Wita berkata bahwa pemerintah tidak terlalu mempedulikan, tidak terlalu banyak peduli dengan perlindungan yang ada di kita gitu, situs-situs dan lain sebagainya. Apa yang harus kita lakukan untuk itu?
Thank you, Vita. Maybe I will explain with Indonesian ya. Sebenarnya untuk pemerintah Indonesia itu memiliki apresiasi dan juga care ya terhadap perlindungan cagar budaya dan situs-situs seperti itu ya gitu. Ini mungkin Wita bisa melihat ada undang-undang cagar budaya juga ya, undang-undang cagar budaya nomor 11 tahun 2010 kalau tidak salah, mohon maaf nanti kalau ini. Nah, di situ kita bisa melihat ya percepatan untuk misalnya ya penetapan cagar budaya baik yang tangible maupun yang intangible. Saya ambil contoh di Ciamis ini, sebenarnya untuk cagar budaya sendiri percepatan itu sudah dilakukan pemerintah kemarin. Untuk penetapannya itu memang baru kemarin 2019 ketika adanya sertifikasi tenaga ahli cagar budaya. Tetapi sebelumnya itu sebenarnya sudah ada ya. Jadi situs-situs yang ada di Indonesia itu sebenarnya sudah diregistrasi di Reknas gitu, dan dari Reknas itu kemudian ditetapkan. Nah, untuk penetapan ini, jadi sekarang jika penetapan itu tidak direkomendasikan oleh tenaga ahli cagar budaya, maka itu gagal demi hukum ya. Jadi artinya sejak tahun 2019 itu penetapan yang sudah pernah dilakukan oleh pemerintah itu akan ditetapkan kembali dengan rekomendasi dari tenaga ahli cagar budaya. Dan untuk contoh di Ciamis, situs-situs sudah ada sekitar 444 yang memang di Regisnas ya, di registrasi nasional, dan penetapan sudah berjalan. Itu tahun 2020 itu ada 4 situs penetapan, itu 4 situs. Jadi ada situs Astana Gede, situs Karangkamulyan, situs Samida, dan situs Gunung Susuru. Dan penetapan itu memang melalui proses hukum juga ya. Jadi tidak hanya sekedar itu di Reknas kemudian dicatat di ini ditetapkan, itu tidak. Jadi kita dari Reknas itu sendiri kemudian ada tim pendaftaran di intern kabupaten kota, dan pendaftaran cagar budaya itu kemudian dikaji oleh tenaga ahli cagar budaya yang setiap kabupaten kota itu harus memiliki 5 karena itu tidak boleh genap. Ini terkait dengan suara nanti di dalam penetapan cagar budaya. Dan 5 tenaga ahli cagar budaya itu dari multidisipliner itu, seperti dari sejarah, arkeologi, arsitektur, dan juga hukum ya. Jadi sarjana hukum, arsitek, sejarah, arkeologi seperti itu. Dan tenaga ahli cagar budaya itu yang tingkat kabupaten dia akan menetapkan situs tersebut dengan peringkat kabupaten. Dan jika sebuah situs ataupun tinggalan itu memiliki potensi lebih dari 1 kabupaten, dia akan diajukan ke peringkat yang di atasnya, yaitu provinsi ataupun nasional. Nah, salah satu contoh misalnya Jembatan Cirahong. Jembatan Cirahong itu ada di 2 kabupaten ya, Ciamis dan Tasikmalaya. Dengan demikian Jembatan Cirahong itu layak untuk diajukan sebagai cagar budaya yang tingkatnya provinsi ya. Jadi mungkin saya agak flashback sedikit. Jadi cagar budaya itu yang belum ditetapkan tidak bisa disebut sebagai cagar budaya, tetapi ODCB, objek diduga cagar budaya. Jadi situs-situs yang ada dan belum ditetapkan dia akan jadi statusnya ODCB. Oke, saya kembali lagi ke terkait penetapan dan peringkatan. Dan contoh yang lain mungkin nasional di Ciamis itu adalah situs Astana Gede Kawali. Situs Astana Gede Kawali itu salah satu peninggalan Kerajaan Galuh. Dan Kerajaan Galuh itu tidak hanya di Jawa Barat tetapi merambah ke Jawa Tengah. Artinya kemungkinan situs Astana Gede Kawali itu besok bisa dinaikkan peringkatnya nasional karena melebihi dari satu provinsi. Kemarin Astana Gede Kawali itu baru satu tahapan, yaitu pemeringkatan tingkat kabupaten, tapi kedepannya itu akan diajukan untuk tingkat nasional karena impactnya itu adalah tidak hanya Jawa Barat tetapi juga di Jawa Tengah. Dan ini salah satu sampel bahwa pemerintah itu tidak mengacuhkan terkait dengan cagar budaya atau tinggalan-tinggalan. Di warisan yang tak benda mungkin bisa melihat ada tradisi-tradisi yang ada di Ciamis, seperti tradisi ngikis gitu ya. Jadi tradisi ngikis itu dilakukan di situs Karangkamulyan, di mana dilakukan sebelum bulan puasa ya. Artinya di sini tradisi itu untuk membersihkan diri manusia ya, substansinya seperti itu menjelang di bulan suci. Dan tradisi ngikis ini sudah menjadi salah satu warisan tak benda ya, intangible gitu. Jadi sudah ditetapkan dan itu menjadi salah satu ikon Ciamis juga ya untuk tradisi-tradisi. Belum juga yang lainnya, termasuk galendo. Untuk tahun ini mungkin makanan itu galendo akan diajukan menjadi warisan tak benda oleh pemerintah Kabupaten Ciamis. Artinya sebenarnya untuk pemerintah pusat sendiri sudah melakukan upaya-upaya perlindungan dan juga pemanfaatan terhadap tinggalan-tinggalan ataupun cagar budaya. Dan kalau kita lihat untuk tingkat kabupaten kota itu ini mungkin kita harus kembali lagi ke pemerintah kabupaten kota. Sejauh mana atensi mereka terhadap cagar budaya dan tradisi-tradisi yang ada. Mungkin itu saja, Ratu.
Okay, so that is the answer from Ibu Yeni Wijayanti. Is that clear for Wita from Indonesia? Okay, so for those who don't understand Indonesian, the point of the explanation from Ibu Yeni Wijayanti is we have to do any kind of effort of conservation of various historical sites by doing bottom-up effort, starting from daily effort, then focused on spreading the local wisdom. And then based on the Indonesian regulation on cagar budaya or cultural conservation, the Indonesian government accelerate this policy to create good atmosphere on developing good attraction on wonderful Indonesia. And then in Indonesia, some sites in national alongside Indonesia archipelago, like 400 sites, and then especially from Ciamis, we have Karangkamulyan, Astana Gede, Panjalu, and then etc. And then every single regency at least has 5 museum guides at the part of people contribution on developing tourist attractions. For example, Astana Gede Kawali can be elevated into national accreditation because of the higher ranking. In Ciamis, community has got ngikis tradition, which usually conducted before Ramadan, which means purpose to make their body holy physically and also mentally. So that is the answer from Ibu Yeni Wijayanti. For Wita from Indonesia, is that clearly answer your question? Okay, thank you from Wita. We will move to another questioner. Okay, we got the question from Ersel Lee from Philippines. So the question from Ersel Lee is, how does the Indonesian government help the local people in taking part on the globalization in terms of tourism and cultural revolution. May I translate it to Indonesia, Ibu?
I will explain.
Okay,
in English.
okay.
Oke, thank you, Excel. Jadi untuk pemerintah Indonesia sebenarnya sudah menempatkan posisi yang tepat ya dengan membuat regulasi terkait dengan perlindungan ya, undang-undang perlindungan tersebut mengawal masyarakat lokal yang memiliki tradisi dan hal-hal yang mungkin sifatnya kelampauan itu tetap terjaga. Terus bagaimana mereka bisa mengikuti di era globalisasi? Sebenarnya apa yang mereka anut di dalam local wisdom itu mereka memiliki nilai-nilai universal ya, nilai-nilai universal yang memang berlaku untuk semuanya. Sebagai contoh, kampung kota itu menjaga bagaimana kelestarian alam. Itu sudah masuk bagian dari SDGs. Ya, jadi rumah tidak boleh dibangun dengan tembok untuk menjaga kestabilan rumah apabila ada gempa. Hutan, ketika hutan itu dijaga dengan pamali, dengan larang-larangan, itu menunjukkan bagaimana masyarakat kampung kota itu melakukan konservasi terhadap hutan mereka, menjaga hutan mereka dengan larangan. Tidak boleh menggunakan sendal, artinya jika menggunakan sendal atau alas kaki itu akan merusak tanaman. Tidak boleh menebang pohon di dalam hutan, karena dengan menebang pohon di dalam hutan itu akan membuat hutan menjadi gundul dan itu akan menimbulkan bencana alam. Begitu juga tidak boleh mengambil barang dari hutan atau mengganggu hewan. Tidak boleh mengambil barang dari hutan, itu artinya bahwa hutan harus dijaga kelestariannya. Tidak boleh mengganggu hewan, artinya hewan-hewan harus dilindungi dan mereka harus stay di hutan itu sendiri. Dan artinya ini semuanya sebenarnya konsisten, relevan dengan SDGs yang mungkin kita ketahui terkait dengan perlindungan hutan, masyarakatnya juga tidak saya pikir masyarakatnya tidak tertinggal gitu ya, karena mereka juga mengikuti perkembangan zaman. Mereka juga memiliki komunikasi dengan pemerintah daerah sehingga eksistensi mereka tetap diakui. Itu saja mungkin.
Okay, so I will translate it in English. The point of the explanation from Ibu Yeni is the government has actually already fit its position on conservation, on local wisdom and tradition. The value of universal philosophy on how they realize the sustainable development goals, which means considering the climate balancing and conservation reason. And then to get off the sandal or slipper, which means that the ancestors considers about the plant, grass into good condition. Then the prohibition of logging from forest for the conservation purpose. So is that clearly answering your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, we will move into one other question. Okay, we find one question here from Almira Jeddah from Philippines. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to know many things about the culture and traditions of Indonesia. Indonesia is one of the countries that I really want to visit because of the rich culture and the beautiful tourist attractions. May I ask if you have programs for international students to visit and know more about Indonesia? Okay, for Ibu Yeni, you can answer the questions.
Oh ya, di kami ada program transfer kredit, summer program yang mungkin Anda bisa datang ke Indonesia, khususnya ke Universitas Galuh. Seperti ya, seperti saat ini yang memang karena masih online, jadi masih menggunakan aplikasi daring. Oke, mungkin tahun depan kita bisa bertatap muka dengan aktivitas tersebut.
Okay, so here I would like to translate the answer from Ibu Yeni. So the point of the answer is actually there is a program. The name of the program is International Credit Transfer, which provides some activities and agenda to visit historical and cultural sites in Indonesia and also, of course, Ciamis. Annually, Universitas Galuh has also summer program which allow participants to visit some tourist attractions during the activities. So is that clearly answering your question? Okay, thank you so much for the questions. We're going to move another question. Or maybe it's enough. Okay, so thank you very much for all the questioners that has participated on this session, and thank you very much to Ibu Yeni Wijayanti for the very amazing and informative answer. I hope that the participant who asked a question and also who are listening will have a clear answer from Ibu Yeni Wijayanti. So on to the next session, there will be an individual task as the result from today's session. The task is to write your opinion about the relevance of Kagaluhan values and in your life, and then what do you expect after taking this short course. So before I close this session, I would like to sum up from what the speaker has presented. So the conclusion is, Kagaluhan is becoming one of the most important thing in edutourism. From education perspective, Kagaluhan means the science that teaches about the philosophy of human life. It affects our daily life positively more than we knew. Kagaluhan transfers several new values to our life through the pedagogy and also tourism. We are subconsciously the part of it, and it binds us as a human being. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of the session. So I would like to give a certificate of appreciation to Ibu Yeni Wijayanti. Ibu Yeni, would you please to stand up and accept our gratitude? Okay, so again, I would like to thank the speaker for the informative and interesting presentation and all the participants for the very active participation. So before I close the session, I would like to remind you that tomorrow we will be having the Sundanese craft making class. So you have to bring several tools and also materials for the next session. The materials for tomorrow's sessions are paper cutter, glue, ruler, pencil, cutter, and also scissors, origami paper, and chopsticks. And for the further information, we will send you the task for today's session and the list of the tools, materials, and other things that you have to prepare for tomorrow on the IOSC Telegram group. Please stay and watch your group. Finally, give the applause for the speaker and for you all. Thank you so much for today, and thank you so much for your attention. Good morning, and see you on the next session.
Salamat siang. Apa kabar? Magandang araw. Kumusta ka? Are you looking for courses and programs leading to officially recognized higher education degrees in several areas of study. Enroll now at Galo University in Jawa Barat, Indonesia for your undergraduate and master degrees. Galo University is one of the leading higher education institutions located in the metropolis of Chiamis. Galo University envisions to be a leading and a global competitive.
Beauty is the right word to describe our beloved city, Chiamis. The vast expanse of nature with green forests, cool lakes, and a river is very extraordinary gift. Exploring and traveling in Chiamis will be an unforgettable experience for anyone. Abundant cultural heritage in very level of society will bring you into the beauty of the charm of Indonesia.
were so bright, standing in the sunlight, never got burned. We were alright, had that easy kind of love, and I let it in for a moment. Felt like we were floating, baby, I swear. We were golden, it was easy, natural as breathing air. And when the sky went dark, you think I would've known before we let it get this far. I should've let you go. Now I gotta crawl out of love. Now I gotta crawl out of love. It's so fucking easy to fall in, but now that this ain't what you promised, and tell me how to crawl out of love. We were so bright, standing in the sunlight, never got burned. We were alright, had that easy kind of love, and I let it in for a moment. Felt like we were floating, baby, I swear. We were golden, it was easy, natural as breathing air. And when the sky went dark, you think I would've known before we let it get this far. I should've let you go. Now I gotta crawl out of love. Now I gotta crawl out of love. It's so fucking easy to fall in, but now that this ain't what you promised, and tell me how to crawl out of love.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Online Benchmarking by Master Program of Universitas Galuh. We are connecting with the Director of Postgraduate Program, Dr. Dadi MSI, the Chairperson of Master of Management, Dr. Haji Anas SAMM, the Chairperson of the Educational Administration, Dr. Maman Herman MPD, and the most beautiful Chairperson of Law Master, Ibu Dewi Mulyanti SMH. I'll divide this session into two parts. The first one is elaboration, and the second one is giving feedback and comment from STI West Negros University Academic Board. First, starting the first session, we will start to provide the postgraduate program profile through video. The operator, the time is yours.
Postgraduate program of Galuh University has 3 study programs. There are Management Study Program, Educational Administration Study Program, and Law Study Program. Learning activities in Postgraduate Study Program of Galuh University serve students from among fresh graduates, undergraduates, young executives, private employees, civil servants spread across Ciamis, East Priangan, and Indonesia, with the main services based on online, offline, or hybrid learning. Postgraduate program of Galuh University has established active collaborations in academic and non-academic fields on national and global. In national level, cooperation in improving human resources with the governments of Ciamis, Banjar, Tasikmalaya, Cilacap, Cianjur, and Pangandaran, with several realizations of activities such as public lectures from Indonesian police practitioners. In international level, as a form of implementing global existence in the academic field, the ASEAN Comparative Educational Research Network, with several activities carried out every 2 years, students exchange both nationally and internationally, general lecture, and benchmarking. The Director of Postgraduate Study Program is Dr. Dadi MSI. The Head of Management Study Program is Dr. Haji Anas SAMM. The Head of Educational Administration Study Program is Dr. Maman Herman MPD. The Head of Law Study Program is Dewi Mulyanti SHMH.
Okay, Sampurasun. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable the President and Rector of Universitas Galuh International Partners, the president of STI West Negros University, Philippines, director of University Tun Hussein On, Malaysia, the president of Wachau Chalam Prakit University, Thailand, rector and president of Universitas Galuh Partner in Indonesia, Universitas Negeri Surabaya, Universitas Nahdlatul Ulama Sidoarjo Jawa Timur, Universitas Garut, Universitas Islam Sultan Agung Semarang, STISIP Bina Putra Banjar, STIKES Bina Putra Banjar, Politeknik Negeri Bandung, Politeknik Manufaktur Bandung, Universitas Pejuangan, Politeknik Triguna Tasikmalaya, Universitas Cipasung Tasikmalaya, dan STKIP Pasundan Cimahi. Distinguished participant of an international online short course in Universitas Galuh. On behalf of the director of the postgraduate program, I would like to express my deep gratitude to you all of attending this special benchmarking and presentation on the Information Postgraduate Study Program of Universitas Galuh. I would like to inform you that the postgraduate program offers you 3 study programs consisting of Master of Management, Master of Educational Administration, and Master of Law, all of which support the institution's vision to be a globally competitive and outstanding center of excellence in 2030, and commits to creating professional human resources and increase their capacity building on revitalizing their fields. Distinguished participants, I would like also to introduce you the academic board which support the academic ecosystem and revitalization of the postgraduate program. This is me, Dr. Dadi, the director of the postgraduate program. The Dr. Haji Nas SAMM is the chairperson of the Master of Management program with the expertise in entrepreneurship-driven human resource management. The second chairperson is Dr. Maman Herman SPD MPD. He is head of the Master of Educational Management program, and educational supervision is his expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the the study program of the postgraduate program, the Master of Law program with Dewi Mulyanti. SHMH is the chair. He is the academic board or faculty of postgraduate program. The valuable participant and partners, a postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh has an outstanding localization-led curriculum, which means that some subjects require master student candidate to attend such various lectures as Kegaluhan and local wisdom course to make us have a local identity aligned with a global standard packet, flexible service of learning, and good national and international partnership touch international program, and student mobility such as international credit transfer, visiting professor, sitting class, joint conference, and international short course as what we are running now. What you deserve from the postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh? First, the program offers graduate students rigorous coursework with opportunities for collaborative research, joint publication, and community service. Second, We prepare our graduate to be effective practitioner and leader in cross-cultural and international educational arenas. Third, the program connect culture and international understanding and access with educational theory and practice, as well as current and thus a unique combination of course of several interrelated disciplines. Fourth, students are demanded to construct the academic basis for their program from select course in the postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh. First, the student then apply this academic foundation to a practical cross-cultural or international internship experience. Students also have opportunities to participate in a variety in international informal and non-formal setting, including international sit-in program in Asian setting. 6. Students can complete the offer program with comprehensive explanation, applied project, international journal publication, or a master thesis. Apart from serving the legal ones, we have designed the online blended learning and hybrid modes to serve part-time course to fit around existing work and teaching commitment, administration, and leadership development, particularly for those working in any level of education and other working place. In the postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh, you will find the uniqueness of the course, local context bound, and global access driven, as well as Asia community shaped by academic entities that such impacts of joining association as ISRN, CMO, and others. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to invite the 3 chairpersons of study program for elaborating their academic activities and excellence program. The first session will be the Master of Management program. The Excellency Chairperson, Dr. Nas, this is time yours.
Thank you to Director. Good morning, attendees. It's such an honor for me to share the academic activities and excellent program of the Master of Management program. I am Nas, the chairperson of the program. I am here as head of this master program and want to share with you some information about this program. Here is a glance at Universitas Galuh as it was explained at the beginning of the program. You know, Universitas Galuh is located in Ciamis, West Java. Universitas Galuh has one postgraduate program, which a management study program. The management study program is accredited by the National Accreditation Organization. It refers to the level of good. This is divided into 3 concentration. Those are human research management, marketing management, and governance management. The threefold mission of higher education lies in education and teaching research and development, and community service. Despite are broken down into several points which you can see on the slide. Apart from serving the regular one, we have designed an analyzed online blended learning and hybrid modes to serve part-time courses to fit your own exciting work and teaching commitment, administration, and leadership development, particularly for those working at any level of education and other working places. The sample our program can offer among all the courses include such very unique courses as creative and innovative management, international marketing, and asset and central local governance funding management. Those courses are expected to strengthen our outstanding graduates' outcome. The program also offers easy access to creative, industry-driven academic development, local contact, bounded and global access-driven, as well as Asia community shaped by academic entities through such impact of joint association as SRN, CIMO, and other. Here our research and community services profile. We have carried out several collaboration with institutions and universities and ASEAN countries in terms of cooperation. In the focus feature, you can see that we have signed the MOU, which the Ciamis government for developing human resource program. Then the second feature shows us the cooperation with the local government, Banjar City, and police headquarters. The last feature shows our cooperation with local human resource management office, or SKIVD Ciamis. Lastly, this our scientific vision to become an excellent and globally competitive human research and marketing management education study program in 2030. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to the end of the Master of Management program. At a glance, should you have ponder detail, I will be glad to respond through my email and WhatsApp, and the time and place are given back to the director. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nas, for sharing the valuable points. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the second session. The Honorable Chairperson of the Master of Educational Management Program, please share your study program profile. Dr. Maman Herman, this time yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Director. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to have the opportunity to address such a session to the distinguished audience. I am Maman Herman, responsible to the Management of Master of Educational Administration program. In our program, students are demanded to construct the academic basis to their program from selected courses in the postgraduate program of Galuh University. This master's program also provides studium general that is usually given by other lecturers from other universities. These programs aim at preparing our college students to have another insight into their studies. To support our academic activity also, we have had a joint lecture to give refreshment and enlightenment on this master's program. This has some beneficial effects on student experience, especially in classroom activity, reinforcement, and accomplishing their project. As we know, in the past 3 years, we have faced a very different way of classroom activities because on the COVID-19 pandemic. It has forced us to keep up with change, especially in our model of learning. Our program has been arrangement for this situation so that the teaching and learning activities are still on the right path. The only shortcut that we do now is the flops for giving elucidation of our specific course, which is called Kagaluhan. You may have received some explanation on the value of Kagaluhan from the previous presenters. We do implement the local value laden routines in our daily. Then our students can complete their studies in 1 or 2 years, completing 46 credit semesters. The student, of course, apply this academic foundation to a practical cross-cultural international intensive experience. Students also have opportunities to participate in a variety of intense informal and non-formal setting, including international site in Asian setting. To especially strengthen the outstanding study program outcome, unique competencies, the program also offers such demanding and challenging courses such 1. As educational human resources, 2. Educational leadership, and 3. Quality assurance in education. The program strategically connects cultural international understanding direction with educational theory and practice, as well as current trend through a unique combination of course from several disciplines. There are 3 main focuses of our research and publication. This lie in the University Research Master Plan. The first is culture. Some area of research like educational and concerned with the issues of culture, literacy of culture, and also learning model with conservation oriented. From conservation point of view, the study program also integrates the use of current technology and values and cultural and environmental maintenance and going green programs. Dealing with food security, the program has also had outreach program focusing on preservation of natural areas that support on food security driven educational practices. The university also provides us with natural laboratories. Therefore, some of our resources also have focuses on the issue. In this way, the program connects cultural and international understanding with educational theory and practice, as well as current trends through a unique combination of choices from several disciplines. Similar to the focus research and publication, the community A service also has aligned to similar Chukupari. These are culture, conservation, and food security. Some researches of separate topics have been published, like 1. Teacher perception of academic supervision in pandemic era, phenomenological review by Lilis Holiso Nuriani, Education Administration Department, Universitas Galuh. 2. The implementation of education financing through both fund management improving education quality by Maman Herman, Universitas Galuh Ciamis, Indonesian, Citra Mulya, Universitas Galuh Ciamis, Indonesian, and Sigit Aprianto, University Tun Hanasan, Malaysia. And 3. The influence of transformational leadership and teacher with culture and teacher performance by Maman Herman, Lilis Holiso, and Asep Ahmad Rifai. Some students were already sent to the credit transfer program. In the previous years, we have sent all students to UTHM in Malaysia. At that time, the first online credit transfer was held. Then, the student shared the expenses joining the program. Additionally, another university partner of this kind of program is STI West Negros, which is a partner here in the online short course program. Hopefully, we can cooperate with other educational business, proceed in and join conference before the participant hires us. We send our representatives to join the conference. We explain the offline joint conference in the partner university. What is this? This is a scientific vision for the study program outcome. Become a professional, excellent, and globally competitive educational practitioner. That's our Master of Educational Management Program at Glen. Thank you very much, Zealand, for having listened, share me that info today. And finally, the floor is given back to the Mr. Director.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maman, for making time with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the third session. The Honorable Chairperson of the Master of Law program to have a sharing session, Dewi Mulyantini, SHMH. The time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank the committee for inviting me here today. I am Dewi Mulyanti, responsible for the Master of Law programs. Talking about this master program, there are three interrelated concentrations. Those are criminal law, civil law, and constitutional law. These three interests are integrated to face our recent situation and also global challenge. The reflected identity of this law concentration lies on several causes provided, like criminal law and legal acts of corruption, victimology, environmental legal acts, and also medical crime legal acts. For the civil law, there are specific causes that the student can take. As you can see on the slide, the specific causes are linked to each other. Also, they stick to your conditional in real life. It needs literacy of law, which can be started from the concentration of courses on learning law in this master program. The last concentration on this program is constitutional law. The specific causes that become the unique identities are legislation law, decentralization of regional autonomy law, election dispute negotiation, and fiscal policy. Several advantages can be taken in enrolling these master programs. First, students get the benefit in terms of time. Its flexibility gives students opportunity to have classes on weekends. The registration procedures are also available in online mode. This master program also provides the online and hybrid learning. Finally, in completing the study program, students have to attend 3 semesters of learning. There are 3 main focuses for our research are publication. This lies on the University Research Master Plan. The first is culture, conservation, and food security. One example on the scope of culture is legal protection for women's productive right of women victims of rape in abortion without taking medical emergency indications. Since the program also is concerned with relate to conservation issue, the cause of the legal police role of groundwater tax in overhead. This study also focuses on the issue of water resource conservation in Indonesia. The last, on scope of food security, our interests are also concerned with the obstacle of food label policy implementation of micro, small, and medium food enterprise in Jakarta and Semarang. Here are community service activities which were done by the lecturers of these law programs. The first one, giving guidance for the development of regional law product, preparation of academic texts and regional regulation, education and training activity for advocate candidates, and narcotic regulation with the National Anti-Narcotics Agency. Also, we would show you the information dealing with some cooperation with other institutions to support our activities that had been released, such as with the regional government, Regional House of Representatives, the Indonesian National Police, and National Anti-Narcotic Agency. The program also integratedly connect culture and international understanding with educational theory and practice, as well as current trend Islamic studies through a unique combination of courses from several disciplines. Some students of our program were already sent to the credit transfer program. In the previous years, we have sent our students to UTHM in Malaysia. At the time, the first online credit transfer was held. Then, the students shared their experiences joining the programs. Another university partner overseas of this kind of program is STI West Negros, which is our partners here in the online short course program. Hopefully, we can cooperate strongly with other education businesses. For sitting and join conference for before the COVID-19 pandemic is us, we sent our representatives to join the conference. We also experienced the offline joint conference in the partner university. Our study program vision is to become an excellent, innovative, Master of Law department which is based on culture, values, and professionalism, as well as global competitiveness in 2030. It's refer to things that we have shared just now. That's all what I want to share for the kind attention. Thank you, Azilian, your director. The time is back to your hand.
Thank you to the Excellency, the postgraduate academic boards for giving such a great sharing. On behalf of the postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh, we are looking forward to welcoming you as our family. Thank you. Hatur nuhun.
Okay, thank you very much for the fruitful presentation from the Academic Board of Postgraduate Program of Universitas Galuh. Give applause to the Mr. Director and then the Chairperson of Master Program of Administration, Educational Administration and Law Program. Hey. Okay, now before we continue to the next session on feedback and comment session, I will briefly restate what all the academic board mentioned in the previous session. And then I also do hope after watching the profile video and then the elaborations of academic boards and also our profile video of international joint short camp, okay, of what we do in 2019. Okay, you gain valuable information of what academic service of learning, research sorry. Okay, I got the trouble here. Okay, so is it audible? Yes, test. Is it audible? Check. Yes, can you hear my voice? Please respond me. Oh, okay,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going. Oh, yes. Okay, wait, I'm going to change my. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, yes, thank you. Okay. It seems that I'm going to repeat what I'm going to say before. Yeah, I do hope after watching the profile video and elaboration and also our best practice of international joint summer program among Universitas Galuh, Politeknik Negeri Bandung, and Politeknik Manufaktur Bandung, which was conducted, in 2019 about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and also the elaboration of academic board of postgraduate program Universitas Galuh. You gain valuable information of what academic service of learning provided in postgraduate program, research and community service activities, also internationalization activities in postgraduate program. Yeah, before we continue to the next sessions of feedback and comment sessions from academic board of STI West Negros University, Philippines, I'll briefly restate what all the academic boards mentions in the previous session. Yes, for your information, year by year postgraduate program increases their quality of teaching through some activities such as visiting professors, joint lectures, joint conference, and so on. Then also the research and publication aspects. Postgraduate programs committed to always increase journal into national accredited rankings and also international accredited such as Scopus and then WAS and also IOS. And then the next one, the impact is also crucial issue for education in Indonesia, especially also for postgraduate program. Then to realize it, the postgraduate program consisting of Master of Management, Master of Educational Administration, and Master of Law donate annually to the stakeholders needed to improve good relationship and contribute good impacts. As it is mentioned on the three academic boards of postgraduate programs of Universitas Galuh, that the institution under the visions of the globally competitive and outstanding center of excellence in 2030, some national partnership are connecting such as Simeo. Actually, you are also familiar what we call Simeo because Philippines is also connecting with this agency. And then Dudi. Okay, so I think you are not familiar with this one because Dudi is quite new for Indonesian educational context. Okay, Dudi stands for Dunia Usaha and Dunia Industri, which we usually call it entrepreneur and also industrial aspect, and then some local government too. And then the international collaboration such as ASEAN and then Thai also during conference and other activities. And hopefully, okay, I invite you to also join to the association of ASEAN because this is for what's it ASEAN what is it ASEAN ASEAN stands for Association Southeast Asian Nation. So Philippines belongs to this member. And then, okay, actually, as it is stated too, that the excellency of the research stated by the three of the chairperson of postgraduate program. As it is mentioned that the law chairperson has already mentioned to you all that the excellency of the research starting from culture and then conservation and food security. And then what about the educational administration? In the educational administration in focusing on educational innovation in 21st century learning. And then the last one is management of master will focus on entrepreneurship
leadership and innovation in management. And then now we come up to the comment and also feedback from academic boards of STI West Negros University. Would you please, Miss Maria, to lead this session? Without any further ado, the time is yours. Miss Maria, are you connecting with me? Hello, Miss Maria. Are you?
Hello.
All right.
Yes,
Miss
Miss.
Maria, actually, this is a time for you, your institution, your academic board, to deliver the comment and also feedback related to what the academic board of postgraduate program Universitas Galuh stated in the previous session. Would you please, Miss Maria?
I'm sorry, I was not able to get what you mean. Am I going to present something from our end?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm going to restate what I'm going to intend to say to you. The postgraduate program academic board of Universitas Galuh have already elaborated some programs, some academic programs, starting from the teaching aspect, and then from the research and publication aspect, and also community service aspects. So, did you get the point of our presentation or elaboration, Miss Maria?
Thank you for everything. I would like to thank the members who have presented from the director or the dean of the graduate school equivalent to our graduate school studies. And then I'm really very thankful of having this kind of benchmarking with you. And we hope that we are able to also present our own programs in the graduate studies with our dean, Dr. Lilibeth Eslamon. And then the community service we have, and also some of the activities that we have in the graduate studies. In the future, we might as well be able to present similarly to the ones that you have presented. So in the moment, I would like to thank personally the university postgraduate director, Dr. Dadi, and then the head of the Master in Management, Dr. Enas, also with the Master of Education, the head of study program, Dr. Maman Herman, and the Master of Law, Dr. Dewi Mulyanti as the head of the study program. And then the list of postgraduate lectures that we have had just a while back. So probably we will be able to also give in the future programs of benchmarking that we will have the benchmarking activities. So I guess we have learned a lot from the presentation. Thank you for that. And we might as well be able to present ours, and probably by next benchmarking program or activities with you, we might as well present our profile, no? Our university profile, the mission and vision of the graduate of the postgraduate studies in STI West Negros University. So on behalf of Dr. Ryan Mark Molina and of course our Executive Vice President and our Dean of the Graduate Studies, we would like to thank you. And congratulations for taking this lead. That would be all.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Maria, for the feedback and also comment related to the virtual benchmarking. Okay, Miss Maria, would you please connect your voice or maybe your comment to another academic board of STI West Negros University to deliver his or maybe her comments and also feedback related to this presentation? Would you please, Miss Maria?
Dr. Lilibeth Islabon is here with us, and probably she could also try to talk about the graduate, the postgraduate programs that we have.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, in maybe in 5 minutes, you could do that, Dr. Libet.
Okay, would you please, Dr. Libet, to deliver your comments or maybe feedback related to our presentations, especially for postgraduate program activity of Universitas Galuh?
All right, good morning, everyone. Dr. Lilibeth Estabon here, the Dean of the College of Education, as well as the Dean of the School of Graduate. Well, in Indonesia.
Hello, I'm very good. What about you, Dr. Lilibet?
Yeah, I'm good. We're good here at STI West Negros University. The weather is fine.
The weather in Indonesia is so chilly.
Okay. We are thankful for giving us the chance actually for this benchmarking. This is one of the very good exposures for our students in the School of Graduate Studies. Well, maybe just a backgrounder with what Dr. Asistido mentioned a while back, that probably we can also have our time prepare for another benchmarking with which most of our virtual audiences will also come from ASEAN nations. All right. Maybe I'll just give you a background of what we offer in the School of Graduate Studies at STI West Negros University. Well, basically, as the Dean of the College of Education, we consider vertical articulation. That's why the college or the School of Graduate Studies is still under my turf. So we are right now actually preparing the Masters of Arts in Education with the different majors that we have, because we will be under the schedule of the PACOCOA this coming October, and we are actually very busy right now, and we are also preparing for the level 3 for our PhD. Now, in our MIDE program, we are offering Master of Arts in Education, major in Administration and Supervision. We also have for Physical Education. We also have MAED for English. We also have MAED for Filipino. We also have for Guidance and Psychology. And we also have for Early Childhood Education as well. And we might be offering in the future additional majorship for our MAED. Now, for our PhD, we have a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management. Now, since this is about grad school or graduate studies and postgraduate studies, our focus in the College of Education about specifically on research. Because if you go for graduate studies, you go for research today, research tomorrow, and research forever. So here are the topics that we usually consider for the research outputs of our students. We go for ethics, religiosity, spirituality, and philosophical thinking across generations. We also consider topics such as curriculum development and evaluation, sports, fitness and health, and pedagogical innovations. Well, probably we focus on development of efficacy of in terms of assessment. And also, we can consider as well social and cultural dimensions of education. Yes, this is one of it, the benchmarking. And of course, we also have positive education. We also consider community resilience, teachers' well-being after the pandemic, learner learners' motivation, attitude, and perspectives, and then, of course, development and innovation of educational materials and models as well. We are also we are happy also that you have in your graduate school, you also have this online blended learning, and we also have the same because we have this system, which is the ELMS, and we are really proactive of using our e-learning management system. And maybe the last consideration for research is still we go for innovation and assessment in teaching, including language, literature, and communication studies. Now, what I shared to you probably are the highlights only. Dr. Maria Teresa Asistido here will be very excited to have again another schedule of benchmarking so we could also share to you our best practices at STI West Negros University. Aim high! Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Lilibet. Okay,
Thank
for the
you, Doc.
nice elaboration related to what the programs running in postgraduate program of STI West Negros University. And then also, I'm also waiting for your benchmarking. So we are taking turn in having a good communication in having increasing quality between Universitas Galuh and also STI West Negros University. And if, okay, we know together related to your elaborations and also what the Academic Board of Postgraduate Program Universitas Galuh elaborate before, we have the similar study program and also concentrations. So it is a very beneficial for us to have what we call is joint lecture as we committed together before. And also we can do international credit transfer for one semester because we have the similar study program here, such as physical in educations, and then administration supervisions, and then we are soonly open for English Master of Educations. So okay, we can see to it for the collaboration between postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh and the graduate study or the graduate college of STI West Negros University to making great together both in academic and non-academic field, Ibu Dr. Lilibet and also Ibu Dr. Maria. Okay, now relating to the LMS Learning Management System, postgraduate program of Universitas Galuh also get what we call GELIS. So GELIS is operated by Universitas Galuh, including the bachelor level and also postgraduate level. So what does the stand for of GELIS? GELIS means Galuh e-learning system. So by what I'm going to say here is by collaborating together, so we can do joint lecture, international credit transfer, or maybe dual degree, joint degree online. So without any kind of financial barriers, without any kinds of different times and also different barriers between Indonesia and also Philippine culture, Philippine barriers, and etc. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Maria and also Dr. Lilibet. Dr. Maria, would you please to invite other academic board to give us the comment and also feedback related to this benchmarking, Ms. Maria?
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Beth. I hope that we would be able to also make another one so that we could freely give what we have here in the university. And I'm sure that we will both have the same way of sharing the best practices that we have in our universities. And for of course the ones that have been presented, we are very also open with the things that you have mentioned, like we could do online collaboration, online research probably, or probably we would welcome to go there, or you here coming to the Bacolod City. But most of the time, most of all, I would like to also um, we would love rather to be in your university in Tiamis, particularly together with our students. I'm sure that our students are also very excited to go there. And for further collaboration of sharing our curriculum at the same time, we would like to welcome that. And I'm sure Dr. Libeth here would also try to welcome that one, because we both need actually to collaborate with each other in terms of the activities that we have for ICT, for student exchange, for research especially, and at the same time, the curriculum development. So thank you very much to all of you, Galo University, personnel and directors and deans of the Faculty of Postgraduate Programs. And to you, of course, Ms. Ratna. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you again, Ms. Maria. Okay. On behalf of Postgraduate Program Academic Board of Universitas Galuh, I would like to say my sincere gratitude about this agenda, International Online Short Course, especially for this special guest, Academic Board of STI West Negros University for International Online Benchmarking. And then I'm also waiting for your invitations of your benchmarking, especially for further collaborations between postgraduate program Universitas Galuh and also the graduate school of STI West Negros University, Philippines. It seems that there is no more time, okay, for having discussions about this agenda. To the end of this session, I invite you all participants, not only for international benchmarking, but also for all participants of international online short course, to join with us for enrolling sessions on the academic year 2022-2022 starting upcoming August 2022. There, to engage in culture and conservation university, the answer is postgraduate program of Galuh University. I'm waiting for your final decision and discuss together in culture and conservation university. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Okay, bye-bye, goodbye.
Thank you, Ms. Ratna. Thank you, deans of the faculties and the officials. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Beth.
A second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom, getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago, and I know you're trying to forget. But between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know I'm trying hard to take it back.
So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home
tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. So let's set the world on fire. like falling down. I'll carry you home tonight.
Kesan nyambung kehidupan. Tutumbuhan ngawarah kuring nitah sabar kalemah tempat nawatu kabarusa mere bubuahan.
Dibantu what to do, kau suka jadi arti isi dunia selamat gabunda.
Oke, baik. Selamat pagi semua participants. Good morning, all of the participants here. It's the second day of International Online Short Course. Okay, and I see now some additional participants from the benchmarking of STI West Negros. Welcome. to Galuh University virtually. Today, in this occasion, I would like to share you some description about Ciamis. Right. So let me check. Let me share the screen. It's still with me. Okay. So today's we're going to give this description of Ciamis, and I have breakdown into two parts. Okay, the first one is activities or daily activities that people from Ciamis always do or usually do, and then the second one is the special food or let's say signatures from Ciamis, right? Let's begin with this kind of slide. Okay, on your slide or screen, you can see that there are three pictures there. Okay, the first picture and the second picture, probably the one, those who come from Ciamis are very familiar with this kind of picture because it represents Ciamis, right? That is the picture of alun-alun and also the picture of Taman Rafflesia, yeah, okay. For information to all the participants here, especially from outside Indonesia, alun-alun means the park that is it's the shape is usually square, and then this one is identical with special or specific town, and almost every town in West Java or in general in Indonesia has their own alun-alun. Okay, and alun-alun is usually located in front of or face to the most of its town because majority of our religion in Indonesia is Islam. So in every town, there is always one quite big mosque that face to the alun-alun, right? So that's the Amis has. And the last picture, it's let's say very related to the previous, the last two presenter. That is Ibu Yeni, ya. Tadi Ibu Yeni menuturkan bahwa ada yang namanya di Ciamis itu adalah jembatan Cirahong. That is Cirahong Bridge. And you know what? It's very unique bridge that probably this one is the most or the oldest one that West Java has because it was built in the Dutch colonialism at a time for around 1930 or 1940. This bridge still stand still, okay, until now. And one of the uniqueness, another kind of uniqueness of this kind of bridge is that when even though this was built at a time in the Dutch colonialism in Indonesia, today there is a railway on the bridge itself. So when we cross using that bridge, it sometimes the train cross also using the same bridge. That's our signature place in Ciamis, right? So this one shows us about the tribes or the ethnic group of Indonesia. As you know that in the previous occasion, we have shared that in Indonesia, surprisingly, we have around 714 local languages. Meanwhile, it also related to the number of tribes exist in Indonesia, right? So, and then more surprisingly, that the number of tribes exist in Indonesia is twice bigger than the local languages. So the number is around 1,340 tribes exist in Indonesia, and one of them is Sundanese, of course. And all of the tribes are spread all over Indonesia, from Banda Aceh up to Papua, right? And yes, this one is the video that is shown because our topic is daily activity of Ciamis. Okay, so I'm going to play the video. You need to watch this video, and then you can take notes or even just remembering what activity that orang Ciamis usually do or people of Ciamis usually do. Okay. Please watch this video. Okay, now let me play from the beginning.
Mohon nuhun atuh Pak informasinya. Mudah-mudahan si langsung sukses ya. Semangat teh, wilujeng aktivitas kembali. Kapan?
Alhamdulillah.
70 aktivitas sama kami.
Ayo, uling ngalaraskan cai.
Oh, ngalaraskan cai. Yang ku ibu itu ku bapana tuh.
Bapak mah nuju ka ditu tebina ka ditu ka bendungan.
Oh, nuju ke Parigirana. Assalamualaikum Pak. Kapan Pak? Duh, nuju Mesir Pak. Mesir belum kenal yang Manawi Pak. Bapak taman? Boleh di mana Bapak? Oh, cai ka balong ka dia. Itu ke dress up kan sih? Tahu ya? Dress up-nya. Nasihatnya. Kita masuk ke jalan Kadamaran Tempe, Pak. Oh, kawin sama di mana? Nah, di dia. Oh, Kadamaran Galiran. Kamari. Etaan bubuhan ayam modal pencarian dan kacangna habis. Biasanya habis kan mesti kacang teh untuk pangau 7.000. Ayeuna pas pangau 12.000 per kilo. Kacang kedelai. Lirin mah sampai 2 sasi. Atau tinggal kene. Dacan di kawitan deh ya. Dacan. Habis sok ada lagi bayar. Oh, ai sauri istri cenah. Bayar terhitung di den tekan tumpuan. Tapi teh pada minat kada malah di jadi. Oh, pada jadi rompok gitu. Jadi alih mah ditinggalkeun. Oh, ieu guna teh alih ditinggal. Oh, bapak lagi itu anu asli di oh, jantan itu biasa. Nah, teman-teman, di sini ada domba ya, cuman 1 ekor saja ini. Awal vaksinnya. Itu tumai per hari seberapa kilo, hanya tak seberapa kilo. 75 kilo per hari. Assalamualaikum. Jangan teteh tujuh tahun itu teh poe opat oh simpring kanggo ical ini teh nepi oh kanggo tuang ngalira bantuan.
Alright, so then from the video you have watched just now, it's quite a representative of people in the village, especially Chiamis usually doing their activity, right? Okay, now from the video, okay, probably you may recognize some activities that usually do by the people of Ciamis. Okay, the first one here, you can see on the slide, that is Mumbah Motor. Okay, you probably all of you here because our daily activity is something related to riding motorcycle. So we have to wash or clean our motorbike or motorcycle, right? And the people from the village, especially in Ciamis, usually wash or clean their motorbike by the river. Still, yeah, by the river. This refers to those who still, yes, living in the village, and they just need to bring the pail or the basket, okay, like that, to in order to take the water so that they can wash the motorcycle or the motorbike, right? That's the uniqueness of our. So no need money to wash the motorcycle. But then I believe in Ciamis Kota, Ciamis Kota, it's around Ciamis Kota, or the core of the Ciamis. I believe this doesn't exist anymore because there are available the car wash or motorbike wash like shop or store. Okay, and another point here is Mustap. Are you familiar with this one? Mustap, or it's fishing, of course. Yeah. As you can see on the video, you have watched on the video also. There is a man or a father, okay, doing the fishing besides his house. And this one is the uniqueness of our culture. Almost every house, let's say in Cipaku village, let's say this Cipaku is near to Galuh, okay? In Cipaku, there almost every house has its own pond. So if they want to eat the fish, okay, they just need to go fishing besides her house, or usually the pond is located at the backyard or even in the front yard. Okay. Again, this one is one of the specific or daily activity that is usually do by the people in Ciamis, especially in the village, right? And the third one is this one. Okay, masak di nahawu. Okay, I believe for the millennial here didn't experience this kind of things, but our grandmother probably or great grandmother still using this kind of stove. Yeah, how is a kind of stove? It's very traditional stove. You can see on the picture there. A grandmother or a woman there is cooking something using hawu, and it still use the firewood. Okay. The special thing also from masak di nahawu is that the smell of the food, because of the use of firewood, okay, it affects the smell of the food. It makes us more appetite. Okay, it's very nice to have something to be cooked by hawu. All right, and yes, this one is sasapu di buruan. All right, what is that? You can see. You can describe maybe the picture. There is a woman also sweep the yard, could be the backyard or the front yard. They usually sweep the yard in the morning and also in the evening before dark. And the culture is a mother usually asks her children to help her to do this kind of things, okay, especially for a woman, because this activity is would be inherited to her children, especially daughter, right? It's sasapu means sweeping, all right. Burwan means the park, so sasapu di Burwan means the sweeping at the park at the yard. All right, this one is gerakan. Okay, gerakan. I believe this one exists in around Ciamis, Banjar probably. And yes, this kind of activity is could be sweeping the village together, or if there is something to fix, for example, the bridge, the small bridge in the village need to be fixed. They do this together, entitled gerakan, or like you see on the picture there, the people there is cleaning the drain, especially for men. So what did they do by the woman exists in the village? As actually, while the fathers or the men there in the village are cleaning the drain, the wives or the woman is preparing the food by ngaliwat. Okay, preparing the food by ngaliwat. It's very traditional. They cook the food together and also they eat together and on the banana leaves together with sambal, together with tempe, and other traditional dishes. All right. And the last activity that usually do by people from Ciamis is ngaronda. Okay, ngaronda. What is that ngaronda? Uh, Probably this apa ya namanya? This function is replaced by the security in housing complex. Kalau mungkin di perumahan itu sudah digantikan posisinya dengan satpam begitu ya. Nah, kalau di kampung in the village itu masih dilakukan acara ngaronda in every night. Dan siapa yang menjaganya itu every man in the house, and the schedule is in turn with another person in another from another house, from different house, right? This to court the village. Okay, let's say this kind of ngaronda is related to night guard squad. Okay, so that's the characteristic of our daily activity in Ciamis, especially in the village. Okay, we try to move to another thing. That is the second point that I have presented before. This one is makanan khas Sunda. Okay, you familiar with this kind of food? This is sorabi, yeah. Sorabi. Sorabi, I believe sorabi exists also in Sundanese town. Instead of Ciamis, maybe this exists also in Tasikmalaya and also in Banjar and also in Bandung. But then our special sorabi is in Ciamis. Usually there is topping, yeah. This is a traditional pancake, and we could add some toppings on it. All right, and the topping usually. The topping is usually oncom. Okay, you know oncom. Oncom is made of the fermented tempe. Then the taste of the oncom is usually original and also spicy because Sundanese people, majority Sundanese people likes spicy what is it, dish or spicy food, right? This is sarabi. And then the second one is nasi tutug oncom or tutug oncom. Yeah, this is the ingredients is almost similar to the sorabi, but then we use rice here instead of tapioca. In sorabi we use tapioca instead of rice, but then in nasi tutug oncom we use rice. Okay, to be mixed with its oncom and then served in warm with goreng tempe or fried tempe and also fried chicken, and don't forget to add some samples and another vegetables to be eaten together. The taste, it's wonderful. Okay, next one is pakseng. Nah, you may recognize this on the video because it's the process of making pakseng itself. For your information, okay, pakseng look like glass, so that in English we can say that this one is chip. This is glass chips. I mean, okay, glass chips ya. Jadi karena bentuknya seperti kaca, jadi kita membuatnya keripik kaca atau glass chips. This one is snack, not the main course or the main food of us here. For your information, some university here has built their home industry on this. Jadi banyak yang sudah mengembangkan usaha kecil-kecilan tentang pakseng ini. And the taste of this pakseng is available on the taste of spicy and also original and many kinds of taste ya. Jadi rasa-rasa lain juga sudah banyak dikembangkan dan ini juga ada beberapa mahasiswa dari Unigel yang sudah mengembangkan keripik pakseng ini. Ini merupakan UMKM yang memang sangat bisa berkembang begitu ya karena identical dengan Ciamis dan rasa yang memang sebetulnya ini berasal tadi kicimpring bisa digoreng juga namun bisa juga kekiniannya lebih kepada produksi pakseng atau keripik kaca ya atau kicimpring. Okay. And then next one is this galendo. Okay, you would never find this in another city in Indonesia because galendo is only made in Ciamis here. So it's very the signature dish actually in Ciamis instead of another food like sorabi and tutuk oncom. Probably you may find this in another Sundanese city, but then for galendo you will only find in Ciamis. Okay, it's made of coconut and the taste. You can eat this with rice. Okay, again, we cannot live a day without rice. So anything we could add with rice, like we eat noodle with rice, we eat galendo with rice, we eat also meatball with rice. Yeah, that's our culture. So that's galendo. And the last one here is seblak. Okay, I believe this very tasty. It also suitable for teenagers age and also those who like spicy and a bit sour food. It's very suitable to be eaten. And some interesting facts about seblak. Okay, there is a level of spicy there, and the name of the level of it's spicy. It's taken from the terminology, Sundanese terminology, like haradang. You know, haradang is the special term from Ciamisan, and then hareeng. You know, hareeng it's got a fever, so it makes us very hot. Okay, that's the level of spicy. And then another terminology of level of spicy in seblak. Okay, but then if you can also find the level of seblak in a number like level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4, and so on. All right, and now the good news is that seblak is now available on instant, right? Just like the instant noodles, seblak also available in the mode of instant, like you can see on the slide. Okay, so you just need to pour some hot water and then wait for it for around 2 or 3 minutes. Then the seblak, the instant seblak, ready to eat. Okay, to make you familiar with this kind of food, especially seblak, I prepare you, let's say, a video how to make a seblak. Okay, hopefully people from Malaysia probably or Philippines maybe or Thailand, because the taste is like just like a bit spicy and sour because you can add a lime there. You can, and also we use the aromatic ginger, or let's say in bahasa itu apa kencur ya, kencur or cikur in Sundanese. Okay, let's watch this video. This wouldn't take minutes.
Sederhana dan rasanya enak. Oke, nggak usah lama-lama. Yuk kita buat.
Bahan yang disiapkan ada sawi hijau dan sawi putih,
Kemudian ada bakso, sosis, dan ceker secukupnya. Terus ada kerupuk yang udah direndam dengan air panas selama 20 menit atau sampai lunak. Kemudian ada 1 butir telur. Untuk bumbunya ada bawang merah 3 siung, bawang putih 2 siung, kencur 1 ruas, cabai secukupnya. Kemudian juga ada garam, kaldu bubuk, gula, dan lada bubuk. Untuk bumbunya mau aku blender aja. Ada bawang merah 3 siung, bawang putih 2 siung, kencur 1 ruas, cabai merah keriting secukupnya, dan cabai rawit merah secukupnya. Nah, biar gampang ngeblendnya, aku tambahin minyak goreng secukupnya. Lanjut, di sini aku udah manasin minyak secukupnya. Kemudian aku masukkan bumbu yang udah dihaluskan tadi. Dan ini ditumis sampai bumbunya itu harum dan benar-benar matang. Nah, kalau bumbunya udah berubah warna seperti ini, tandanya sudah matang ya. Ini bumbunya agak aku pinggirin sedikit, kemudian aku masukkan 1 butir telur. Aduk-aduk sampai telurnya matang. Kalau sudah, tambahkan air 1 gelas. Untuk penambahan airnya sesuai dengan selera aja. Kalau misalnya suka kuahnya banyak, bisa ditambah lagi ya airnya. Ini kita tunggu mendidih dulu. Nah, kalau sudah mendidih seperti ini, langsung masukkan aja kerupuknya. Kemudian masukkan bakso, sosis, dan ceker secukupnya. Ini kita masak sampai kerupuknya lunak. Kalau sudah, tambahkan garam setengah sendok teh, kaldu bubuk setengah sendok teh, gula 1 sendok teh, dan lada bubuk 1/4 sendok teh. Terakhir, masukkan sawi hijau dan sawi putih secukupnya. Ini sengaja aku tambahin sawi putih biar sayurnya lebih banyak dan rasanya lebih segar. Kalau sudah seperti ini, kita koreksi rasa terlebih dahulu. Semisal rasanya udah pas, langsung matikan aja kompornya. Udah selesai. Seblak kuahnya siap untuk disantap. Ini rasanya segar banget. Kalian harus coba. Oke teman-teman, segitu aja videoku kali ini. Selamat mencoba di rumah. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oh, okay. You have watched probably in people from Ciamis sudah tidak aneh lagi memakan seblak begitu ya. Nah, kalau untuk orang yang bukan Ciamis, rasa-rasanya ini dari orang yang dekat saja. Biasanya orang Jawa itu tidak terlalu familiar dengan penggunaan kencur di makanan begitu. Mereka biasanya buat untuk minuman. Nah, untuk di makanan itu tidak terlalu familiar. Sedangkan di kita Sunda yang berdampingan, oke, itu sangat banyak digunakan oleh kita untuk makanan. Bahkan di nasi goreng pun we sometimes used the aromatic ginger. So, okay, from the presentation, is there is something to ask or you will give some comments on it? You may open your microphone and also or type on the chat box. Okay. It seems there is no comments or even questions from you all here. Hopefully this would be beneficial information for you. Then before taking a break, okay, after this you may receive some information about the traditional craft that will be held tomorrow, okay. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a good day.
Beauty is the right word to describe our beloved city, Ciamis. The vast expanse of nature with green forests, cool lakes, and a river is very extraordinary gift. Exploring and traveling in Ciamis will be an unforgettable experience for anyone. Abundant cultural heritage in every level of society will bring you into the beauty of the charm of Indonesia.
Everybody's here. My name is Della Neraval Salsabila, and you can call me Della. I am a student of Galuh University, and now I'm here with my friend Ratu beside me, and we will tell you the things that we will held tomorrow. So me and Ratu will held handicraft practice with you, and this is a woven paper. And here I can share you the tools and materials that you have to prepare for tomorrow. And Ratu, please you can explain.
Okay, thank you. Well, the tools and materials that you have to bring for tomorrow's
craft making sessions are, the first thing is paper cutter, the second one is glue, the third is roller, fourth is pencil, fifth cutter, sixth scissors, seventh origami paper, and I have to remind you that you have to bring two colors because we are going to use two papers and two colors. And the last but not least is chopstick. So those are the tools and materials that you need to bring for tomorrow's session.
So those are the things that you have to prepare for tomorrow. If you have any question, you can ask. You can turn on the camera and your microphone and feel free to ask us. If there's any question, you can type your text through chat or ask.
Okay, for Galuh Angling, please turn on your microphone and you can speak your question.
So the question is, what is the creation that we're gonna make tomorrow? Give us a spoiler.
For Galuh, could you repeat your question because I can barely hear you?
So what's the creation that we are gonna make tomorrow? Give us a spoiler. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I'm going to answer the question. We are going to make the traditional kipas. You know?
Tomorrow we are going to make a handicraft. Actually, it's a traditional handicraft, which is usually made by a leaf, something like that, or a bamboo. But because the material is really hard to find, and we will make it easier for you, so you have to prepare all those things, including the paper or origami paper for you. So we will have practicing of fan, a traditional fan, something like that.
Is that clear, Galuh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's clear.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for your question. If there's any question, please feel free to ask us.
Okay, we see the question from Christina. Okay, so the question is, and what kind of color of origami that we should prepare? Is it free? Yes, it's up to you. You can use any colors you want, but the most important is you have to bring two colors because we are going to make some pattern.
Yes, we have. You have to prepare different colors, and we will choose the winner of your fan, traditional fan. So please make sure that you pick your the color that you like, and make it very great, very beautiful, and so you will win the giveaway.
Okay, so is that clear, Christina? Okay, so there's another question. Is it wood chopstick? Yes, you can choose wood chopstick or the other sticks if you have.
So for the handle of the fan, you need to prepare the chopstick, but don't use chopstick that you usually use to eat, because you will use for fan, not to eat.
Okay, so aluminum is allowed. Well, actually, if we use aluminum, it's kind of hard to stick aluminum with the paper, so it would be better if you use the wood chopstick. Okay, is that any other questions? Thank you very much. Okay, you're welcome, Christina.
Of the origami paper we use, it depends on you, but we suggest you not to pick a very large, like a normal that you usually find. Small is okay, but don't use the largest one.
Have to be an origami paper, or would it be okay to use old papers or magazines? It would be prefer if you use the origami paper, because if you use the magazines, it's kind of it's gonna hard to distinguish between one color and also the other color, because the point of this handicraft is also the colors and also the pattern, so we have to make sure that we can distinguish it clearly.
I hope that answered your question, Daisy Jane Ling. If there's any question, and good question is that we will choose the best three participant. So please make sure you put your heart into it, prepare the tools, and please make sure that you will make a very beautiful handicraft tomorrow.
Sama Daisy Jane Ling. And you're welcome, Lara Stefatona. Is anyone wants to ask the other question? So I would like to repeat what kind of tools and materials that we have to bring for tomorrow's session. The first one is paper cutter. The second one is glue. Third, ruler. Fourth, pencil. Fifth, cutter. Six, scissors. Seven, origami paper. And eight, chopstick. Make sure that you bring the complete tools and materials. And thank you.
Yes, for origami paper, I remind you to prepare 2 different color, or you can prepare 2 seeds or more seeds, just in case you just in case you need more. And then for glue, you may also prepare any tape to add the handle of the chopstick to the paper.
It would make the chopstick stick stronger with the paper.
Exactly. So last time I remind you to prepare these materials. Maybe you can have a screenshot on your phone or your screen, just in case you forget. We will share these tools and materials on Instagram. Telegram.
Is anyone wants to ask the other question?
If there's no more question, we will close this session for today, and we will meet you tomorrow on the handicraft session. So, and if you have any question, you can ask in Telegram. Okay? This is me, Della, and my friend Ratu here. Thank you so much for joining us today, and bye.
Bye. See you on the next session.
Okay, well, dear participants, now we are in break sessions. Before that, I will inform regarding the student task that you will do in around 1 p.m. This is regarding with Bu Yeni's presentations. You have to do is write the essay with the topic kegaluhan. Will additional informations will inform in the Telegram groups. This is kind of individual task. Difference with the day one. The day one is a group task. This is the individual task. The guideline is the same with the day one. You have to create an essay, and the minimum is 215 words. The format is both doc or PDF. The submissions, the link of submissions will inform in the Telegram groups also. Okay, around 1 p.m. you have to be ready. The community will inform in the Telegram groups. All right, is there any questions so far regarding the student task that will be held around 1 p.m.? The length of student task around 2 hours. And also, the attendance list will share by the committee now. Okay, the operator will share in the chat box. Okay, is there any questions so far? Regarding the student task, that you have to do is individual tasks about essay, dealing with Bu Yeni's presentations. The topic will share by the committee in the Telegram groups. All right, dear participants, now we are in break sessions. We will continue our agenda around 1 p.m. See you. Is there any questions? You can leave the Zoom and create your essay from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. and the submissions around 4 p.m. Okay, so now you can leave the Zoom and attention in the Telegram groups. The committee will share the topic, the guideline, and the link of submissions. Okay, thank you. See you. See you tomorrow.
Seperti landak yang